You guys know what time it is. Get strapped in and ready for some good times. This is the Blowed Out Podcast. What's up, y'all? How's everybody doing? It's your favorite Fetty with a Natty here, coming at you solo. Figured it was time. Actually, it's way overdue. But I figured, after I let some of the garage sessions mellow a hair, it's definitely been time to get back on here and talk some smack with just myself, or at least have whatever possible normal conversation could be had. It's also been way too damn hot. Good Lord. It's been hot as a... Oof. It's hotter than a single mom on psych meds. I stole that, and we've been laughing about it for a couple of weeks, but I'm going to use it. Anyhow, hope everybody's doing well. Single digits here, or single digits, Lord, triple digits, rather, here in the great Beehive State for the last week or 10 days or so. I ain't going to lie, guys. That's enough to make me not want to do anything. I don't know about you guys. I assume that for the most part, everybody's been hunkering down next to the air conditioner like I have, at least to the best of your abilities. Crazy, crazy stuff going on in the world, which I'm sure you're all aware of, including the weather. So hopefully everybody down in Texas is recovering well. Hope everybody down there is doing okay. Man, where do we start? This is just insanity. I was talking about it just a little while ago with Matt. Just, these are crazy, crazy times, guys. And I don't honestly know what to make of it. I know that everybody's all up in arms and probably wants to go, full political. I don't want to. Obviously some of it needs to be addressed. But from the outskirts, you guys know, I don't want to go full Beck or Hannity. But man, there's a lot of madness between bumbling idiots and other idiots taking pop shots at folks and other idiots. Lord of mercy. Like I said, where do we start? The bonus is we can all agree that KJP is still a dumbass and cannot possibly believe the words that are coming out of her own mouth. God, she really is just a talking piece of rotini. I cannot fathom some of the stuff that comes out of her pie hole. Well, for that matter, none of the rest of them either. But, now, if I say that, we're just talking conspiracy theories. Oh, Lord, just today I heard that that Trump didn't actually get shot. It was all staged. Now, mind you, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if it was, but I also wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't. Him being shot at literally serves both narratives, or all the narratives for that matter. So, conspiracy theory away, it doesn't matter because it literally feeds all the agendas, depending on how you break it down. The other one, Lord. The other one, it has to be so desperate in these final, 100 ish days winding down to the election, the shit show, that none of it would surprise me at all. And I don't think it should anyone, for that matter. At this point, what I do know is we're being mocked almost literally by the entire world for all of it. So that's a problem, at least in my opinion. One fat man's opinion. The entire world is mocking us. I see news clips about both sides from, Australia or all places across the pond that are they're just as flabbergasted as any of us. So why are we continuing down this same path? Because there's no better option? I don't know. Because there's literally nothing that you or I, just the little poor bastards who have to pay for all of this mess, can do? I don't know. I don't know that answer. If someone does, please tell me. Please shoot it to me, because I don't know how that works. Certainly, I don't think that my voice has any bearing. I appreciate each and every one of you, but I don't consider this a giant platform for, transforming anything. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think at this point any platform is able to solve our problems. I just don't. And that bothers me deeply. But I also, genuinely try and stay kind of local, at least localized to a point. We've had, at least here in Utah, a whole mess of stuff going on of our own. And I know that everywhere else does too. I'm not discounting anyone else or any other geographical region's issues. But man, anymore, I feel like it's better to just kind of, worry about what's going on at home or in your hometown. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right answer. I'm certain that I have mentioned before that I feel like it really doesn't necessarily matter what we think, not as a whole, but unfortunately, we all technically lose to the Electoral College, and they're going to do whatever the hell they want. So that's why I feel that way. That's why I feel like our hands are kind of bound, because at the end of the day, the bureaucracies and the money being funneled into whichever agenda it may be being funneled into is going to win. It doesn't matter what the actual people think. That doesn't matter. We don't have millions and millions of dollars to throw at one agenda or the other. So we're just, at least speaking for myself, I assume that at least a few of us out there are in the same boat, where we're just the poor little bastards going to work every day and paying for it in some way, shape, or form. Gas, groceries, rent. Oh, mother of God. I don't know what it's like where you guys happen to be. But if you're here behind the Zion curtain in Utah, rent is ridiculous, like off the charts. And I realize that that's probably laughable if you are in California or New York. But I'm pretty sure we're like third or fourth now in the country. It's obscene. It's obscene, and much like healthcare and pharmaceuticals, probably pretty much anything at this point, there is no government regulation or anyone going to step in and put any kind of caps on these things. So we're literally at the mercy of praying. I realize that didn't work the way I said it, but we're literally at the mercy of hopefully someone somewhere having a shred of a soul to feel bad about charging what they're charging for the things that we literally have to survive. Food, housing, transportation. I guess that kind of sums it up if you break that down into all the subcategories. But if you're like my poor chunky butt and you have teenagers and you work not in, thank God, a 15-minute city, we have to have transportation to get to work, to make whatever meager, Lord, I lost the word. I started staring off into space and the word left me. We have to have transportation to get to work to make whatever meager salary they allow us to have, which may or may not be right, wrong, or indifferent, but it is what we make. And I personally, I'm happy to have it, but not what is considered national average or even middle class. And again, I'm certain we've brushed on all these things more than once, but I saw a thing that the median household income for a married couple in Utah with children is like, I don't know, it's over I want to say it was over $120,000 a year, which, man, looks real damn good on paper. I don't know about you guys, but I don't make 60, but I don't make 120. And my spouse, for, if that's what we're calling it, doesn't make 60 the other direction. So I don't understand how that works. And that's apparently to be considered middle ground, average middle income. Now, I just thought about something that's interesting. Maddie Without a Natty and I last weekend had to drive up to a wannabe ritzy mountain. You can't call it a development. It's a club, I guess, for lack of a better term. It's an estates, a mountain estates. We went up there to bid a job. And on the way up, I was thinking about it. We were talking about other things. We were talking about a recent incident in our main canyon here in Ogden that unfortunately ended a couple of people's lives. But so we were talking about that and some other things. So we really didn't get on the subject, but every time we go up, we call it into the valley. It's on the other side of the mountains from Ogden. So we go up the canyon, up around the dam, to get to this mountain estates place that we had to go to bid a side job. And I'm thinking, there are a lot of very, very big, very expensive, big ass fancy houses up in this neck of the woods. And I think to myself, where in the hell is all this money coming from? Where are that many people that can afford? I mean, we're talking $1 million up, like a little one on a little lot currently, which granted all of them weren't put there currently, but there are a lot. I mean, probably 1,000, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of ginormous houses up there that, like I said, if they were currently on the market or currently being built, are easy 1.5, 1.8, 2.2, million, multi-million dollar houses, but they're everywhere. So where is all that money coming from? And I realized I bounced around a little bit. But again, how the hell is anyone affording these things now? And you don't even have to go on the other side of the mountains to find that. I can just drive out west a little bit and find just sprawling neighborhoods upon sprawling neighborhoods upon sprawling neighborhoods of 4,000 square foot homes that are no more than 10 years old, with giant, with 3 or 4 car attached garages and 3 or 4 car detached garages with $150,000, ski boats in the driveway, brand new diesel trucks, relatively new cars in the driveway. Just, I don't understand if $120,000 is what we need to be considered lower middle class or even middle class. And my car's almost 12 years old, and it's pretty damn fancy to me. It's not the newest one I've ever owned, but it's what I got, and it does me well, and it's a great car, and there's nothing wrong with it, and I love it. And I know what I make, and there's no way combined on our best day that I could even afford the house payment on one of these monsters. Where are all these thousands and thousands of people coming from? Or how far in debt are you or they to even try and pull that off? It blows my mind. I don't get it. With $3.50, $3.60, $3.80 a gallon for gas. And I don't know, let's say average, $200 a week in groceries. $100 for your damn internet. Another $100, if not $3, if you have Xfinity, for your internet and your streaming services, your Netflix and all that mess. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I can't wrap my head around that. Can you? I hope that a lot of you guys, well, as I hope that a lot of you guys are able to say that you got that kind of thing going on. But I also hope that you're pulling it off and you're not living paycheck to paycheck, because I don't understand how you can't be. But again, I mean, granted, I'm a terrible businessman, but even a terrible businessman can't wrap his head around that mess. I just don't. I have no idea how that works. Anyhow, if, if you're a friend of the show, you know that my bouncing around may or may not eventually come back to some point. But, so, we kind of got sidetracked there with the whole income thing. So let's try and zero this back in. Let's try and focus this back in for a minute on the real problem. Excuse me. You guys should know by now that I don't claim one side or the other. I just don't. I don't want to. I don't need to. And I certainly can't be made to. I do not agree with all of the policies and decisions or agendas with either side of the political coin. Period. I just don't. I like some from one. I like some from the other. I like some that I made up my damn self. My agenda is pretty simple. So I don't agree with their agendas, depending on the agenda. But at the end of the day, they're all crooks. They're all crooked. And none of them have our best interests in mind. Period. That's it. They don't. They just don't. Not the T word, not the B word, not any of them. And again, I'm not picking sides. I'm not name dropping. I mean, I will some, but none of them have the people's best interests in mind. They just don't. Not RFK, not Ramaswamy, not J.D. Vance, whoever the hell that is. I mean, yes, I have now looked up who that is, but that was out of left field, if you ask me. Not Harris, not Biden, not any of them. Certainly not Chris Christie or, I don't know, any of them. It doesn't matter. It doesn't, who cares? All they are is puppets, which I also don't understand why more people choose to either ignore that fact or literally don't know that that's how it works. Like, are there really people out there that don't know that they're just puppets? Because that blows my mind. So, I don't care who the puppet is. The problem, again, is that none of them have our country and our people's best interests at heart. We, the people, will continue to be just undermined, underfoot, under scrutiny, under everything. Anything you can name that's under. Hell, depending on the day, we're under some sweaty, disgusting place that we don't want to be. But therein again lies the problem. Is so all of this horse shit that's going on right now leading up to the shit show in November is the problem. Of course, all of these things are going to take place. And if you think it's crazy now, hold on to your hats, kids. It's just going to keep getting worse. And if I'm wrong, I'll buy all of you a drink. Because you know I'm not going to be. This is just the beginning. All they do, this is just a smear campaign from either side turned up a notch. And again, if you think it's going to get any less crazy between now and November, apparently you've never lived through a smear election, or you've literally never paid attention in history or been living in a cave. I don't know. I don't know how else to convey that, but I assure you that this shit show is going to get turned up at least 3 more notches between now and November from both sides, because they're both desperate and they both are pining for whatever little horseshit edge they can try and gain to try and win. So gas prices, hard to say. Possibly, I would dare say, will go down as we get closer. That's always been a big, selling point. Oh, look what I did. I made gas prices go down. Vote for me. Food prices, I don't know. Food prices are kind of in my opinion, which that's all any of this is, of course. In my opinion, food prices will probably either hover or possibly go down a hair, but it's also tricky, again, because a lot of that is based on fuel prices. So if fuel prices go down, we may see a little bit of relief there. Rent, probably not going to happen. I don't see rent or mortgage relief in sight. Personally, I think that sooner or later it has to cave. But that's just based on historic, changes. I don't see it holding out, but I also don't see it caving. I feel like sooner or later it has to, but that doesn't mean it will. And doesn't mean it might be any time in our lifetimes. I think we will see madness like this past week with crazy crackhead shooters, riots, looting, all that crazy shite that's been going on. I think we will continue to see that, if not more. Police shootings apparently are going back up recently. I don't understand that. Again, I think that probably feeds... Well, I know it feeds the horseshit gun control agenda, which, as we all know, you can gun control until you're blue in the face. Anyone who wants to shoot up places or people or things is going to, regardless of what your rules or laws say. That's just kind of always been a thing. It's always been illegal to just randomly shoot up a crowd. So you can add more laws that won't change anything, because if someone wants to do it, they're going to do it regardless of what the law says. And if they want to obtain a gun to do it, they're going to. Whether they can walk into a store and buy them anymore or not, come on. It's not that hard. It's common sense, folks. And by folks, I don't mean you guys. I mean the ones that think that some sort of new gun laws are going to prevent any of this horse shit. You can buy ammo from a vending machine in Texas now, which I'm all for. Absolutely. It'd be super cool if I just happen to need some on a random, Sunday afternoon or whatever. If I decided to go shooting, I could just run on down to Bill's Bill's Grocery and Hardware and hit the vending machine and get me some 22 or whatever you can get out of it. Doesn't matter. There's shit tons of people up in arms about it. Why? I don't understand why. Okay, so you can buy bullets out of a vending machine. Who gives a damn? I can buy bullets online. So can everyone else. You can buy bullets at gas stations in a lot of places. Doesn't mean you have anything to shoot them out of. Or doesn't mean you're going to use them nefariously. Who gives a damn? Wait. Look, there's way bigger shit to be worried about than buying bullets out of a damn vending machine. So all that stuff is just going to continue. Like I said, the madness, I promise you here and now, is only going to get worse. I truly hope that all of you can stay safe and keep your heads on straight and a swivel. Because, like I said, we ain't seen nothing yet, I promise. Again, I personally feel like the best thing that we can all do, all of you guys listening, and anyone else that you can tell or will listen, the best thing that we can do at the moment is take whatever measures necessary to protect your family, your loved ones, your friends, your family, your community, possibly even, against God only knows what's coming. Now, again, I'm not advocating anything cray-cray. I'm just saying, make sure that your head is on a swivel, because anything is possible. A bulldozer could fall on you, God forbid, you name it. Hurricane, heat strokes, any of that stuff, anything that's beyond our control, which unfortunately most of it is, even if it's coming from one of the agendas. A lot of it is beyond our control. So we need to make sure that we are protected. Look out for each other. Look out for your loved ones, your friends and family. Again, I'm not advocating going out and doing anything crazy. You don't have to. There's no need for that. Like this, we'll just call him the dude who allegedly thought he was going to save the country or the world or the planet, or I don't know, whatever he thought he was going to prevent by taking a pop shot at Trump. There's a solid chance that there's a solid chance he wasn't in his right mind. Because, again, he wasn't going to protect probably anyone from anything other than maybe, a bad golf score. I don't know. At the end of the day, like I said, there's a solid chance he wasn't in his right mind. There's also a solid chance he was directed or instructed. Who knows? But so I'm again not advocating that. I'm saying do whatever you have to do to take care of your peeps. Everyone should be looking out for their own peeps. I prefer the yellow ones. They have a weird little aftertaste. I like them if you open the package and then leave them out, like about a week after Easter. They get kind of hard. They still got the gross aftertaste, but I like them a little stale. Peeps. But that's all we can do is worry about ourselves. Nobody can save the whole damn place. Nobody. Not any one person. It's going to take all of us protecting the things that we need to protect. And if everyone does that, theoretically, everything will kind of fall into place. You know, if everyone's looking out for their own, theoretically, I don't know. I feel like this has kind of been all over the place. It probably has, but I'm a little rusty, so bear with me. Again, that's all we can do. You know, I don't know. The only other thing that I can advocate is keep everything tight. You know, like I said, head on a swivel, but also keep everything tight. I don't know necessarily about your guys' industries or geographically, you know, what the industries are like where you're at. But man, it seems like every day I see or hear from friends or acquaintances that they're getting let go, or, you know, being, well, let go, fired, whatever. Companies are downsizing. Everybody's broke. So, make yourself indispensable, which is interesting to say out loud because I thought for a lot of years that I was. And I still think I was, but maybe try not to pee in anybody's Cheerios. Because God knows that's been my demise more than once. It's peeing in somebody's Cheerios. People don't like pee on their Cheerios. Turns out, I thought I was doing them a favor by moistening their Cheerios. But like I said, just watch your backs. You know, if you're able, retire. Shit, get out while you can. Like I said, and granted, I've never been white collar guy, so my experience and everything in this particular segment is, you know, industry. Granted, construction clearly isn't going anywhere, at least in Utah, anytime soon. I don't know where it is like you guys, or what it's like where you guys are from. But we're still springing up these 15-minute city apartment buildings every damn other dirt lot. So, however, it's a cutthroat industry. So, you know, try not to be dumb. Because that's a thing. You can easily get fired for being dumb or doing dumb stuff. But yeah, so like I said, my experience in this is all blue collar stuff, but it's, again, wild times are upon us, and they're not going to get any better. I got bugs zapping in the background here from the makeshift Blowed Out podcast studios. Like I said, I've got, it's crazy, and it's going to keep getting crazier. So I'll shut up now because I feel like I just keep saying that. Anyhow, on that note, again, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope this at least shit, I don't know, puts a smile on somebody's face, at least a little bit, or gives you some food for thought. And yeah, I'm lazy, so I'll try and keep them coming faster than I did this time, like I always say. But in the meantime, stay safe. If you'd like to sponsor or advertise, you know where to find us. blowedoutpodcast@gmail.com. On Facebook, Instagram, all that mess. And then we'll try and come up with something better for the next one sooner than the last one. So we'll talk to you guys soon. Love y'all. Cheers.